Hey there, welcome to Pens and Concepts, where learning meets simplicity. This is episode 3 of the Biomolecule series. In this episode, I'll be explaining about enzymes in detail, its chemical reactions, and the factors affecting its activity. First, we'll talk about what exactly are enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts, and almost all of them are proteins. Some RNAs also act like enzymes, and we call them ribozymes. Enzymes work in a very unique way. That is, they have an active site which is like a pocket where the substrate fits in. Once the substrate binds, the enzyme catalyzes the reaction at a very high rate. Inorganic catalysts require high temperature and pressure, while enzymes do not require high temperature and pressure. That is why life is possible with such fast and precise chemical reactions. Now let's talk about the whole process of the activity of enzymes like a story. Think of enzyme action as a stepwise cycle. First, the substrate comes close and binds to the enzyme at its active site, forming the enzyme substrate complex. The enzyme then slightly changes its shape to hold the substrate more tightly. This brings the reaction groups close together, lowering the energy barrier and pushing the substrate into a transition state. Bonds break, new bonds form, and the substrate is converted into the product. Finally, the product is released and the enzyme is left unchanged, ready to catalyze another reaction. This is why even small amounts of enzyme can catalyze thousands of reactions repeatedly. But enzymes don't work the same under all conditions. Now let's talk about the factors affecting its activity. Each enzyme has an optimum temperature and pH where it functions the best. Too low or too high temperature and the activity drops. At very high temperature, the protein structure of the enzyme denatures and it loses its activity permanently. Similarly, extreme pH can also damage the active site. Another important factor is its substrate concentration. Initially, as substrate concentration increases, the rate also increases. But once all enzymes are saturated, the rate reaches a maximum level called Vmax and no further increase happens. That's it for today's episode on enzymes. Please do like, share, and subscribe me on YouTube, and please do follow me on Instagram at Pens and Concepts. See you in the 4th episode.